Greeting my fellow lovers of tunes and welcome back to another Wagakki band reaction video here on the channel where we enjoy the music, of course. Now, for the first time ever, we listened to this group just a few days ago. It was a special request by the one and only Mikhail, and we have another one. I'm very excited for this one. This one is called Doppo. I think that's what it's called. I'm very excited to see what this one is all about. Thank you so very much for this request. I'm very curious to hear more of this group. They really caught my interest from the very first time that we heard them. I think it was in Eclipse that we heard them. Yuko had an incredible voice. It's one of those things that you cannot explain. There's something about them that just intrigues you, that makes you want to come back and hear more of what they're capable of. This one seems to be like a live performance with a orchestra accompanying them. So I'm very excited to see what this one is all about. So let's get into it and then we will discuss it afterwards, as always.
Doppo. 福寿草雪解けの川青く澄んだ空と大地と有り余る命の中で今日も生かされてる雨の日でも風の日にも喜びの日を別れの日を繰り返し巡り合った君は光でした悲しいね人はどれだけした悲しいね人はどれだけ離れても悲しいね人は
You know, I think if that song was a little bit longer, I would have been like in tears. That was beautiful. That was absolutely extraordinarily beautiful. The two voices from Yuko, and I'm not entirely sure what the other person's name is. I will go look that up, but the combination of their voices were absolutely sensational. I think they did an incredible job with this. They really brought out the emotion in this, and I'm very happy that they were captions. It always aids a little bit when you understand the lyrics a little bit more, but you could hear from the very first few chords of that guitar that this song was very deep. It was very emotional, and it was such a relatable story that many of us go through. You know, like I'm gonna try and summarize what my thoughts on this was, or what I think the song might be about. But again, this is just my opinion. I might be wrong on that. But it really felt to me like this was a sort of journey that you went through with someone. You know, like you had someone that you saw maybe every day, maybe every few days, and this person, whomever they might have been, whether it was a partner or a friend or a loved one, they were like the brighter part of your day. You always looked forward in seeing them, and they always made everything a little bit better. You know, like you felt a little bit more alive when they were around, and then time went past and things happen in life, whether it is you lost them to death, or maybe they moved to another country, or they moved on with their life, or you simply just grew apart from one another. that that scar still sits with you every day, and then oftentimes you find yourself thinking that through all the good times and the bad, that you guys were together. Now there's just this void of emptiness, um, and you don't exactly know how to fill that void once again. And you find yourself thinking, looking up into the sky, looking at the moon, and realizing that this person, if they are still around, is looking at the same moon. And it brings you a little bit closer, and also a bit further apart at the same time. Closer in the sense of, you know, that no matter where you are in the world, there's still someone like looking at the same moon as you. But also, even though you could see the same moon, you are out of reach and might never ever see that person again. And it's this. I think the what is the word I'm looking for? The flexibility of this song is so beautifully written that it could mean so many different things. And it's so beautiful to think about that, especially that part. And I'm gonna try and remember where they say, even if we're far apart, people can still walk away. And that really hits hard if you think about it, because even if you have contact with someone that's in a different country or in a different stage of life, or that's not close by, they can just one day disappear, stop talking to you, stop responding to messages or answering your phone calls. And it's really relatable. I think that's very very beautifully done. Beautiful performance. They really capture the sadness and the emotion that you go through in this process. I think they really did that so elegantly and so beautifully. They have incredible voices. Yuko's voice is nothing short than angelic, you know. And there's something that they did in this song that I really found very interesting, and I really loved the fact that they had the guitar and the piano that you don't really hear that often. Now that I think about it, you don't hear those two instruments like accompanying one another that often when you listen to songs, but it worked out so beautifully. The way that the guitar was played was so beautifully done. It was so, you can, it's hard to describe. I'm gonna say something, and if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If you don't, then I'm not entirely sure how to describe it. But you can hear the difference when someone plays something with all of their emotion, and they really put everything they have into doing what they do. I hope that makes sense. But in any case, I love the fact that when Yuka was singing, the guitar was playing like paired up with her voice, and then vice versa. When the other person was singing, she was playing the piano. It created this sort of relationship with one another. Like, and I wonder if they did this for like symbolism, like they did this because of symbolism. The fact that the guitar was accompanied by her voice, like symbolizing the relationship between you and the other person, and then vice versa. And then when they're together, it just sounds extraordinary. Maybe I'm reading too much into this. That might be possible as well. But I think it was incredible. It was such a beautiful artistic choice to do in this. It worked out so well. and they sounded absolutely phenomenal together. You know, I always love watching the crowds, especially on live performances, to see how they react and the way that they interacted with the song, with the lights. You could see these people were hooked from beginning to end, and so was I. Beautiful performance, beautiful song, beautifully written, and you know, I think I've said this many a times before in other videos. But what I love about music is the fact that it doesn't matter what language you listen to, it doesn't matter where in the world you are. Music can unite us. Music can is carried through emotion and feeling. It's not only the words. The words do help a little bit, especially when you try and understand it. But it's oftentimes not needed. Like from the beginning of the song, you could feel what the song was about. You could feel the emotion that these people are trying to carry over in their songs, and that's what I love about it. That it doesn't even matter if I don't understand the language that they sing this in. You still get the message. You still get the feeling of it. That is what is incredible about music. But I would love to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on this one? What did you think about this song? Like, this is one of those songs that I think should be heard more around the world, or I'm surprised that it isn't heard more. Maybe it is, and it's just a different version that many other people have listened to. But this is incredible. And even if you don't listen to this style of music, I would suggest give it a go. It's really a beautiful song, and when you go down to the core of the song, you can relate so much to it. But in any case, I'm gonna leave this one here. Thank you once again to Mikhail for this incredible request and generous donation. This was absolutely phenomenal. It was so much fun to listen to. Such a beautiful song. It's just amazing. So thank you very much. But I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy out there. Remember to check up on one another, and then I'll see you in the next video, whichever that might be. But until then, remember, music is medicine.